Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm the lead designer on the MyWay Plus, and today I'm going to step you through the features and functions of the product. So if you've purchased a size 2 or a size 3 walker, your parts will come in two separate boxes. You'll have the spine unit in one and the walker frame in the other. The first thing you want to do is release the legs on your walker by using the grey toggles at either side. The next step you want to do is attach the spine to the walker frame. To do this, grab the grey lever at the bottom and the top of the spine. Feed the spine onto the receiver on the chassis until you hear a click, after which attach the webbing at the bottom. Size 2 and size 3 MyWay can be folded and separated for transport. To do this, simply take off the coloured straps on the bottom, then adjust the spine unit to its maximum possible height. After that, grab the grey lever at the bottom and the top of the spine and separate. To collapse the frame, ensure the rear casters are both braked, and then using the grey toggles, activate and walk backwards. The outdoor casters of the MyWay Plus have 4 different functions, the first of which is the parking brake. To activate, use your foot to depress the pedal until you hear a click. This can happen on all 4 casters. The second function of the caster is the directional lock. To turn this off, depress the slider at the front until you hear a click. This will allow the caster to turn. To turn the directional lock on, lift the slider upwards until you hear a click. You should then hear a second click when it gets into the correct position. A new function of the direction lock is the ability to lock it in 4 different positions. This enables the use of sidestepping for the unit. The direction lock can be applied to the front 2 casters, the rear 2 casters, or all 4 casters on the chassis. The third function of the caster is the resistance function. Move the slider to the plus to increase the wheel resistance. To reduce the wheel resistance, move it to the minus sign on the caster. The fourth function of the caster is the anti-rollback feature. To turn the anti-rollback on, push the grey toggle to the single arrow. To turn it off, push it to the double arrow. It's important to note that when using the anti-rollback feature, you must ensure that the directional lock is turned on. This will prevent the wheel from moving backwards. This feature should be applied to at least 2 casters on the chassis. One of the features is the fine height adjustment. To use this, activate the grey levers at either side of the spine. Push them down until you hear a click. You can continue to do this until you have achieved the right height. Once it is achieved, simply push the levers forward into their vertical position. The fine height adjustment increases in increments of 10 millimeters. Another function of the spine unit is the prone angle adjustment. To adjust the angle to a more prone position, simply rotate the prone wheel in an anti-clockwise direction. To bring the angle to a more vertical position, simply rotate the prone wheel clockwise again. Before putting the user in the product, you may want to adjust the overall height. To do this, we use the gross height adjustment function. This is activated with a grey button underneath that you use with your fingers, and your thumb activates the trigger on the top. This may need to lift up slightly for you to activate. Then simply move it up and down. And release when in the correct position. At the bottom of the spine unit, there are two buttons used to release the buckles that attach to the harness. You'll want to do this before you attach the harness to the spine unit. To activate these, simply depress the buttons above the coloured strap. The harness comes in 6 sizes for users from 1 year old to 16 years old. And today I have a size 3 harness which we're going to put on the size 2 chassis. The first stage of attaching the harness is to use the white straps. Simply click these into the corresponding white buckles at the bottom of the harness. Then once attached, repeat the same procedure with the red straps. The coloured red and white straps at the bottom can now be pulled taut. This will pull the user into the walker. If the coloured straps are hanging too low, simply attach these to the bottom of the spine unit. Once the user is secure to the walker, the next thing to do is adjust the shoulder height. To increase the shoulder height or decrease the shoulder height, lift the grey lever and adjust like so. Once in the correct position, depress the grey lever again and this will lock it in position. Once the shoulder height has been set, the next thing we have to do is to attach the shoulder straps. To do this, simply attach the grey strap to the corresponding buckles. Once attached, pull taut at the top and lock, like so. To attach the leg straps on the harness, simply lift them and attach to the corresponding black buckles. To remove the harness, loosen the shoulder straps at the top like so, and then detach the grey buckles. The next buckles to remove are the red followed by the white, like so. The adult handles come in 2 sizes, size 1 specifically for the size 1 walker and size 2 and 3 for the size 2 and size 3 walkers. To attach, ensure the grey lever is released and then attach into the receiver unit. Ensure that the button on the right hand side is depressed fully in so that it is secure and then tighten with the grey lever. To adjust the height of the adult handles, depress the lever here and rotate accordingly to the correct height. To remove the adult handles, release the grey lever and ensure the button is outward and then remove, like so. The MyWay Plus comes with 2 headrest options, the standard and the complex. I will demonstrate how to attach the standard one first. Remove the dust cap at the top of the shoulder unit and insert. Then tighten using the adjustment lever on the top. The standard headrest can be adjusted in 3 positions. To do this, release the side screws. Adjust to the correct position. Once achieved, simply reapply the adjustment screws. The second headrest option is the complex headrest. To attach, simply insert into the top of the shoulder section and rotate around to access the tightening screw. Next, tighten the screw with the lackey toe. Once tightened, the headrest can now be rotated forward. There are 2 adjustment knobs either side of the headrest. These can be released to allow for free movement of the headrest to the correct position. Once the correct position has been achieved, simply tighten these up by hand. The headrest can also be angled up and down using the adjustment screw on top. Once the correct position has been achieved, simply tighten once again with the lackey toe. To release the complex headrest, use the lower adjustment screw and loosen. This will allow the headrest to rotate away, giving you access to the tightening screw. Using the Lecky tool, release, allowing the headrest to be removed. The MyWay Plus comes with two different types of user handle, the standard user handle and the complex user handle. The complex user handle and the standard user handle both come in 3 different sizes. To attach the standard user handle, ensure the grey lever is in its outermost position, as well as the button being in its outermost position as well. Then insert the user handle into the bottom of the receiver unit. Ensure the button is in its most inward position and then tighten the grey lever. There are increments on the side of the user handle to adjust up and down. To release the standard user handle, release the grey lever and ensure the button is in its outermost position, and then remove the basic user handle from the unit. To attach the complex user handle, release the grey lever and ensure the button is in its outermost position. Then insert the top of the complex user handle into the receiver unit. Once at the correct position, ensure that the button is in its most inner position until you hear a click, and then tighten the grey lever. To remove the complex user handles, grip the foam grip with one hand and release the grey lever. Then release the button to its most outer position and remove like so. The complex user handles can be adjusted forward and back using the lower adjustment screw here. The forearm adjustment is achieved using this screw here. Once released, it can move forward and back, like so. The complex user handles have a 3D ball joint that allows for great support of the user's arms. This can be adjusted using the 3 lower screws. The complex user handles can also width adjust using the 3D ball joint and this screw at the front here. When used in combination, they can be rotated in, forward, or back. The complex user handle also has adjustable hand grips. These can be released using the grey dial at the front to move up and down and also rotate as required. The complex user handles come with 2 types of grips, the cylinder grip and the ball grip. The ball grip comes in 3 different sizes. There are 2 types of saddle on the MyWay Plus, the standard saddle and the slim saddle. I'll firstly demonstrate how to attach the slim saddle to the bottom of the MyWay Plus. To attach either saddle to the bottom of the walker, simply feed the 2 cords through the centre of it and locate on the bottom moulding like so. Then, using the grey lever, pull this down and rotate round until you hear a click. Ensure it is located securely. This is indicated with the green-red indicator on the side of either saddle. Pull the grey lever forwards and rotate downward, and then remove from the walker. A new accessory to the saddles for the MyWay Plus are the drops. These are only attached to the slim saddle and come in 3 different sizes. To attach the drop, connect the front pin to the front receiver on the front of the saddle. Once in, rotate until you hear a click. To remove the drop, press the grey trigger at the back and remove, like so. The ankle guides come in 3 different sizes. The looped end and the threaded end go at both the front and the rear of the unit. To attach the ankle guide, remove the knob from the threaded end. Then loop the front loop over the front of the front caster. Put the bolted end into the holes at the rear leg and attach using the knob. Use the tightening knob at the rear to tighten to the desired tension on the ankle guide. Use the black hooks to adjust the range of the ankle guide by tightening like so. This will limit the range of the ankle guide system. The final part of the ankle guide system are the ankle wraps. To attach these, connect the black buckle to the corresponding black buckle on the ankle guide. The MyWay Plus is compatible with the MyWay Plus pedal. To attach the unit to the walker, reverse to the spine unit and then rotate round. Once in position, put the top part of the clamp on and insert the cam. Once in position, cam down and this will tighten to the frame. The unit attaches to the MyWay Plus 2 and size 3. And to achieve the difference in heights, we have to release these cams and adjust accordingly, depending on the height of the unit. Once achieved, simply tighten the cams back up again. The handle at the front of the unit is detachable for transport. To remove it, release this cam and detach like so. To attach the handle, insert on the top and ensure that the slot lines up with the keyway. Then tighten the cam, like so.